Dunkin has undergone a massive transformation over the last decade. What started as a humble donut shop in Massachusetts has evolved into a global beverage powerhouse that fuels the morning routines of millions. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Here are the 5 Dunkin' items you should absolutely avoid and 5 fan-approved insider swaps to keep you moving without the crash. 1. Avoid the frozen coffee with cream. The hidden truth: the frozen coffee is often mistaken by casual diners as a simple blended version of a standard iced coffee. Many assume it is just ice, coffee, and a bit of milk. In reality, this drink is one of the most caloric and sugar-dense items in the entire fast food industry. The secret: a large frozen coffee with cream contains approximately 1,100 calories and a staggering 160 grams of sugar. To put that into perspective, that is the sugar equivalent of eating about 5 full-size chocolate bars or drinking 4 cans of regular soda in a single sitting. The drink is constructed using a heavy sugar syrup base combined with liquid cream and flavored swirls that are essentially sweetened condensed milk. The impact when you consume this much liquid sugar on an empty stomach: your blood glucose levels skyrocket instantly. Your pancreas is forced to release a massive surge of insulin to manage the load. Because the drink lacks any fiber or significant protein to slow down digestion, the sugar enters your system like a freight train. This leads to a temporary high followed by a devastating energy crash within 90 minutes. Furthermore, 1,000 calories in a single drink represents more than half the daily caloric needs for many adults, leaving almost no room for actual nutritious food for the rest of the day. Insider swap: the iced coffee with a toasted almond shot. Why it is better: you can achieve a complex and satisfying flavor profile by understanding the Dunkin' flavoring system. Dunkin' offers 2 distinct ways to flavor your coffee: swirls and shots. Swirls are thick, creamy, and loaded with sugar and dairy. Shots are unsweetened, sugar-free, and calorie-free. The strategy: order a large iced coffee with a splash of oat milk or skim milk and 3 toasted almond flavor shots. Because the shots are unsweetened, you get the deep, nutty aroma of a pastry without any of the actual sugar. This entire large beverage will contain fewer than 40 calories and 0 grams of added sugar. It provides the caffeine hit you need and the flavor you crave while keeping your blood sugar stable and your caloric intake negligible. It is the ultimate insider trick for the flavor seeker. 2. Avoid the sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant. The hidden truth: there is a common psychological trap where customers view the croissant as a lighter or more sophisticated bread choice compared to a dense bagel or a thick biscuit. In the reality of fast food production, the croissant is actually the most nutritionally taxing vessel on the menu. The secret: a Dunkin' croissant is not a traditional bakery item made with simple butter and flour. It is an industrial product engineered with vegetable shortening and various emulsifiers to ensure it remains soft and pliable under heat lamps for hours. A single sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant packs over 700 calories and 50 grams of fat. The impact: this sandwich is a massive source of saturated fat and refined carbohydrates. The grease from the sausage patty combined with the oil-heavy layers of the croissant creates a meal that is incredibly difficult for the body to break down. This slow digestion process redirects blood flow to your stomach for hours, which is why you often feel foggy, tired, and unmotivated after eating one. Additionally, the sodium content is exceptionally high, which can lead to immediate water retention and that uncomfortable morning puffiness. Insider swap: 2 turkey sausage wake-up wraps. Why it is better if you are looking for a savory breakfast. The goal should be to maximize protein while minimizing the bread overhead. The wake-up wrap is the perfect tool for this. The strategy: order 2 turkey sausage wake-up wraps. By choosing a thin flour tortilla instead of a buttery croissant, you slash the fat content significantly. 2 of these wraps provide roughly 20 grams of protein, which is excellent for appetite suppression throughout the morning. The total calorie count for 2 wraps is only about 340 calories, which is less than half of the croissant sandwich. You get the exact same flavor components of egg, cheese, and savory sausage, but you leave behind the heavy, greasy bread that causes the mid-morning slump. 3. Avoid the apple fritter. The hidden truth: the apple fritter is the ultimate health halo victim. Because it contains the word apple and often features a few visible bits of fruit, people convince themselves it is a more virtuous choice than a chocolate-frosted donut or a jelly-filled pastry. The secret: the apple fritter is actually the most calorie-dense and fat-heavy item in the entire bakery case. Its unique, craggy, and irregular shape creates a massive amount of surface area, which allows it to soak up significantly more frying oil than a smooth ring donut. A single Dunkin' apple fritter contains over 500 calories and more than 20 grams of fat. The impact: the apple part of the fritter is mostly a sugary corn syrup filling with very little fiber or nutritional value. When you eat this, you are consuming a dense brick of fried dough that has been submerged in a sugar glaze. This provides a double hit of refined flour and sugar that causes immediate inflammation and a massive insulin spike. It is the least efficient way to spend your treat calories at Dunkin'. Insider swap: the sugared raised donut. Why it is better: sometimes you just want a donut with your coffee, and deprivation often leads to binging later. The secret is picking the lightest option available. The strategy: choose the sugared raised donut. Because this donut is yeast raised, it is filled with air pockets and is much lighter than the cake-based donuts or the dense fritters. It lacks the heavy chocolate frosting or the thick cream fillings that drive up the calorie count. At roughly 230 calories, it satisfies the craving for a sweet, fried treat without sabotaging your entire day. It gives you that classic sugar crunch and soft interior for less than half the caloric cost of the fritter. 4. Avoid the caramel Dunkachino. The hidden truth: the Dunkachino has a nostalgic cult following, but it is essentially a chemical cocktail. It is marketed as a blend of coffee and hot chocolate, but the ingredients list tells a much more processed story. The secret: the Dunkachino is not made with fresh brewed coffee and cocoa. It is created from a powdered base that contains sugar, non-dairy creamer, corn syrup solids, and a long list of thickeners and artificial flavors. A large caramel Dunkachino can exceed 500 calories and is loaded with hydrogenated oils. The impact: drinking a Dunkachino is equivalent to drinking a hot, melted candy bar. The high concentration of corn syrup solids means the sugar hits your system instantly. Because it is made from a powder, it also has a surprisingly high sodium content for a sweet drink. This can leave you feeling extremely thirsty and bloated. There is very little actual caffeine in this drink, so you aren't even getting the functional benefit of a morning coffee. Insider swap: a hot Americano with a caramel shot. Why it is better: you can recreate the coffee and caramel experience using high-quality espresso and water rather than processed powders. The strategy: order a hot Americano and ask for 2 or 3 caramel flavor shots. Remember to specify the shot, not the swirl. If you need creaminess, add a splash of whole milk or oat milk yourself. You get the warmth and the flavor of the Dunkachino, but with clean ingredients and 0 grams of added sugar. 5. Avoid the sausage biscuit. The hidden truth: the biscuit is a staple of Southern breakfast culture, but the fast food version is a far cry from the homemade variety. At Dunkin', the biscuit is a salt bomb designed for industrial durability. The secret: a single sausage biscuit contains over 1,500 milligrams of sodium. When you consider that the daily recommended limit for most adults is around 2,300 milligrams, this one sandwich puts you at nearly 70% of your daily salt limit before noon. The final verdict: the secret to navigating Dunkin' is understanding that the menu is a spectrum. Focus on protein, lean toward the unsweetened flavor shots, and always choose the lighter bread options to keep your energy high and your health on track.